Hi everybody, this is a video teaching y'all how to make a zine. So for this activity you're going to need a piece of drawing paper. This is the big paper, not to be confused with a smaller piece of printer paper. You're going to need a pair of scissors and you're going to need a pencil. Okay, so let's get started. The goal of this is to fold a piece of paper into a book. And the way that we're going to do this is we're going to start by folding this piece of paper in half like a card. I try to be very exact with this. The more exact you are, the better it will turn out. I like to follow my hands, climb my hands up so that everything stays together, and then crease it together. Use your nails to kind of make that a sharper fold, okay? After you folded it in half, you're going to fold this piece of paper in half again this way. Again, kind of like a card. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. And then you're going to open this up and fold it the other way. So we folded it this way. Now you're going to fold it this way. Lining everything up. Okay. So, after you've done all of those steps, you should have a piece of paper. If you open it up, you should have a piece of paper with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rectangles. Okay, and if you don't have 8 rectangles at this point, I want you to go back to the beginning and watch it again. Okay, if you're good, the next step is going to be cutting along this line right here, and that can be a little confusing. So I like to take a pencil and I'm going to mark here and mark here and draw a line to show myself where I'm cutting. You want to cut along this fold here, okay? The way that you're going to cut along this fold is you're going to fold your piece of paper in half again, okay? And you're going to cut this line on both sides, okay? Well, you're only going to cut once, but it'll, yeah, you can. So I'm going to cut along this line. Again, this is the folded side, not the open side. You don't want to cut on the open side. Cut on the folded side until that mark that I made with my pencil. So you want to stop right there, okay? Right in the middle. Once you've done that and you open it up, you should have a hole in the middle of your paper that goes from the start of this first rectangle right here to the end of this second rectangle right here, okay? It should look like a little mouth. If you don't have this cut correct, then I want you to go back to the beginning of this step and watch that again. If you're good, here's our next step, all right? What we're going to do, this can be a little tricky, is we're going to fold our piece of paper in half, okay? The long way, not the card way, not the hamburger way, okay? We're going to stand it up, and you should be able to push. See what I'm doing? You should be able to push those two, this hole open the other way. You want to have like a cross, okay? So again, I'm folding this in half this way, the long way, okay? Making sure that crease is good. And then I'm trying to take these two corners right here and push them outwards. You can do that by pushing this way. You can also do that by pulling these corners out. You want to have kind of like an X or a cross, whatever it may be, okay? Once you've figured out this step, you're going to want to pinch this together and fold these in so that you have, fold these in. It's not going to look perfect, okay, and that's all right, but you want to fold these in, so that you end up with a booklet. So when you look at it from the top, we took that cut piece right here, again from this cross, all we did was fold everything together. Okay? If you don't have this, I want you to go back to where we were pushing this together and try again, or ask a friend for help. If you have a booklet, the next step is to label your pages. So I am going to decide which side looks nicer, okay? Could be either side. And I'm going to number my pages, okay? So I like to do it at the top of the book, and you'll understand why in a second. So I'm going to write 1, and you'll see that. So I'm writing 1 there. It's backwards, but you get the idea. And then I'm going to write 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And this is the back. So I'm writing back on the back cover and front on the front cover. Okay, you can't see that. It's also backwards in this camera, but that's what I've done for each of the pages. Okay, come on, focus. Okay. Once I've labeled all my pages, I am going to open up that booklet again. And you'll notice that these numbers on the top are upside down. And that's because when we make this book, we flip those. Okay? They end up on the other side. So when I'm making this booklet now, when I'm planning this out, it's helpful to know this is the first page, right? And this is the second page, and this is the third page. But then, once I get to the fourth page, I need to turn my paper around, and I need to work going up this way. So like if I'm going to draw a stick figure, I need to make sure that the stick figure on this side is facing this way. And on page 3, they're facing this way. And I'll show that to you. I'll show you why that makes sense. Okay, so remember looking for 3 and 4 here. I'm going to open the page. Here's 3. He's standing the right way. And then because I flipped that page for number 4 and I drew that guy upside down, now, oh geez, there we go. Now he's right side up. Okay, so again, on page 3, it's this way. On page 4, he's still standing the right way, but when you open it up, 1 is upside down. Okay. So again, when you're planning this out, make sure that you're planning always towards the center of your page. Okay? Beautiful. Once you have this, I find it helpful to plan out my whole book with the page open like this, but if you want to plan it out as a book, that also works. It's really your preference, but now you have your zine that you can fill with color and stories and things about yourself or some other character, however you choose. Thanks.